He won against the school's strongest. Now he's trapped in a web of lies and games. I'm Zan. Konnichiwa, aloha, buongiorno, and what's up? Welcome to another Spiraken Manga review. So let's actually get to it, because if you remember from that last episode, I spun that one that only the Wheel of Manga, and it dictated to me that I'd be reviewing a manga that is another one of those deception game stories. But this one is a little bit different because it's based off of a light novel and it is a little popular. And what is it that we're talking about? Well, we are talking about Liar Liar. Now, this is based on the light novel written by Haruki Kuou, and it was adapted for manga by Funa Yukia and released by Yen Press. And this is the story of Hiroto Shinohara, a new transfer student to Ime Academy. And on his first day, he shows up, looks at the students, and he's like, "Hey, yo, what's up? Um, Hiroto Shinohara, the new 7-star at this school. If anyone wants to challenge me, don't even try, because I'm not going to lose. I'm not losing any stars. And more importantly, you're going to get a full beatdown." And what is a 7-star? What is this that he's doing? Well, he is pumping things up, even though it is totally and completely a lie. See, he has been transferred to, as we said, the Academy Island, also known as Shiki Academy, which is a man made island off the coast of Japan, and it is famous for the Emi Academy, a school which everyone who attends is ranked. And the ranks go from 0 stars to 7 stars. The higher stars you have, the more prestigious and wonderful your life is going to be, the more restaurants you can attend, the more social status. The lower you are, the more like dirt you are. And as I said, the highest rank is 7 stars. And Hiroto is transferred here for a various reason. And here's the cool part. In order to control this world, what do? Everyone is given these very expensive phones by the, I don't want to say lords of the island, but the creator of the island, the Sanji Corporation. And they've decided that everything in this island is going to be decided by games. You play games to determine your rank. If you win games, you get stars. If you lose games, you lose stars. And that's how life goes. And Hiroto's in this school because he transferred there for an enigmatic reason that they don't explain in the first volume. And when he got there, it's late at night. He wasn't paying attention, so he decided to just walk around and look at things. And he was given a really high-tech phone. Doesn't know how to use it, whatever. And so he's just trying to discover where he needs to go. He knows he has to go to District 3, which is where the principal's office is, because he has to speak to her. And he ends up running into a very pretty young lady, a townie. He's like, "Hey, listen, I'm a new student. Can you help me with this?" And the young girl explains how the phone works and how this island works. How each app is like Google Apps. You have this map app. You have an app that's for going through the school registry to see who everyone is. It's kind of fascinating. And she ends up leading him to District 3, which is where he has to go. And he thanks this really pretty girl who's a little bit taller than him. And as he's going away, he notices that there is a truck coon coming. And the truck coon is about to splash some water on this very pretty girl who helped him out. And what does he do? Well, he tries to push her out of the way. And in typical shonen fashion, he trips, falls, and, well, as you can guess, lands in a very compromising position, which is really bad. So the young girl immediately yells at him and says, "You planned this. This is a trick because you're trying to grope me or do something perverted. I don't like that. So you know what? You're lying and doing this. I'm going to challenge you and I'm going to win. I'm going to kick your butt." He's like, "Wait, what?" And so she explains the rules, which is pretty much the challengee can challenge a challenger, and then you pick the game. However, whoever wins the game gets a star. Whoever doesn't wins it, and there's various little elements to these games. Each one, the rules kind of go nowhere, but regardless, they end up agreeing to a game of a staring contest. Whoever laughs or breaks character first loses. And as they go, turns out that through a bunch of things that happen, she ends up losing and Hiroto wins. He wins and defeats her in this humiliating battle. And we discover that the young girl that he beat up is Sarasa Seonji, the granddaughter of the creator of this island and the empress of the school. he's like, oh crap, what did I do? What did I do? What do I do? And it turns out that because he did that, he's in a target for the president of the island. And the principal's like, you know what? There's two options. One, you're the worst student we ever had and the worst transfer student, and we could let them know that you defeated the Empress and you're going to be treated horribly. Or what we can do is we could fudge the results and say that you're a new transfer student, that you were 6-star and now you're a 7-star, so you're at equal ranking with Sarasa. So that way it's not as bad as if she lost to a commoner. And by doing that, she'll keep her social standings, you'll keep your social standing, and just as long as no one finds out the truth, life is good. And we also find out that the star that he got from her is a red star, which means that he's able to tell one lie. And the lie he's going to say is that he is a 7-star student. Now, there's some chicanery going on with the stars where even though he says he's 7 stars, he only has 1 star, so he has access to 1 stars. So he's going to get some assistance by a student who becomes his maid, who's going to help him cheat through this. And this is the story of Hiroto as he tries to live in this world where there's these games that you play in order to win. He has to keep his spot among the Academy's elite. And this is that story. It's a little convoluted, a little crazy. It is one of those deception game mangas that we've seen so many of that are a lot of fun and more importantly, a little weird. When I talk about games like Liar Game, like Akagi, like One Out, Kakegurui, all these other series where you have these games that you play and things happen. Life is money. And this is the latest of those installments. And compared to the other ones, there's a lot of notes which are very similar. You're familiar with the whole thing of the main character is at a disadvantage. He has to lie to keep going. We're going to see where that goes. You have all the different abilities that's there. But this manga does something a little different. It has some of the elements that are unique. Like I love the fact that there are only 10 of these stars that have powers. It's not everyone has powers. It's 10 powers, and each one is a little different. The concept of the game where the challengers choose the game, but the challengee can adjust the game is a very good element to this. However, it kind of falls apart because it is a little inconsistent. They make a rule, then they throw it out the window. It gets a little frustrating. More importantly than that, there's a lot of fan service in this, and I'm fine with fan service, but this one gets a little much. It's not terrible, but it's a little out there. Also, a little frustrating. The main character, Hiroto, he's a liar, but you understand where he's coming from. Also, when we find out about Sarada and, of course, Shirayuki, who is the girl on the cover, she's his maid and also the person who helps him lie. They're all very compelling and interesting characters. The side characters, on the other hand, are all horrible people. They're all kind of assholes for various reasons, and they're not really likable. This is one of those series where it starts off interesting, but then kind of goes downhill fast. I know I'm rambling about this, but honestly, this is one of those series where it's not really cohesive. It's kind of all over the place and doesn't work well. And, well, I could go on and on about this, but let's be honest. It's one of these series which it has been done before. The anime is out if you want to watch the anime. It's based on a light novel where the light novel is a game system. I don't like this as much as games like No Game, No Life, Life is Money, Liar Game. This one's kind of a pale comparison. So, because of that reason, I have to give this a Give from Your Crazy Aunt Muriel. It's okay, but in the end, forgettable. It's got a captivating first chapter where it sets you up where Hiroto's pretty much screwing with all the classmates to make them not want to deal with him. And the fight system is pretty intriguing because there are unique elements to it. Like the staring contest, Sarasa makes a sword appear and tries to cut him in half, even though it's a fake sword. And the beats are pretty familiar, which isn't bad, but it's a little old hat. The plot is inconsistent in the light novel, the anime versus the manga. There is fan service galore. It's not even good fan service. It's just kind of like half-assed. Like they don't go the full amount. They could, but they don't. And the side characters are pretty unlikable. Now, obviously, the tropes are standard. We have the mistaken identity because everyone thinks that he's someone that he's not. The liars rule all, where in order to survive this world, you have to lie. And then the games decide everything. These are the ones that you talk about. Now, if you agree or disagree, let me know. Email me personally at Zan, that's xan@spiraken.com. Tweet me at Spiraken. Let me know your thoughts. And with that in mind, let's actually get to the manga releases for the week because we've got some fun ones and some weird ones. Starting off with You Talk Too Much, so Just Shut It Already, Volume 3. Yasahime, Princess Half Demon, Volume 9. The White Cat's Revenge, as plotted from the Dragon King's lap, Volume 8. Villains Are Destined to Die, Volume 3. Sumiki Ogami's Not So Ordinary Life, Volume 6. 300 Years of Longing, Volume 3. There's Something Wrong with the Chief, Volume 3. The Teen Exorcist, Volume 4. A Starlit Darkness, Volume 1. The Tale of Luvelia Kingdom, Volume 2. Sword Art Online Progressive 9. The Summer Hikaru Died, Light Novel 2. The Strongest Sage with the Weakest Crest, Volume 30. Someone's Girlfriend, Volume 6. Siri Gensoku Spirit Chronicles, Omnibus 13. Scattering His Virgin Bloom, Love Frenzy, Volume 2. Rose and Champagne, Volume 3. Roar, A Star in the Abyss, Volume 4. Rai Rai Rai, Volume 4. Promise to a Dragon, Volume 1. The Princess Covenant Convenient Plot Device, Volume 7. Primus 7, Volume 2. Persona 5, Volume 15. Only I Know the World is Ending and Getting Killed by Rampaging Beasts Only Makes Me Stronger, Volume 5. A Long and Short Love Story. My Quiet Blacksmith Life in Another World, Volume 6. My Next Life as a Villainess, All Routes Lead to Doom, Volume 14. My Instant Death Ability So Overpowered, Volume 11, light novel. The Margrave's Daughter and the Enemy Prince, Volume 8. Mal, Volume 24. Fun fact, the anime has finally dropped, and it actually is a great adaptation. A Man Who Defies the World of BL, Volume 4. Making Magic, The Sweet Life of a Witch Who Knows an Infinite MP Loop, Hole, Volume 5. Magic Maker, How to Create Magic in Another World, Volume 3. Love at First Memory, Volume 2. Lord of Mystery, Volume 3. The Long Summer of August 31st, Volume 5. Laughter in the Sun. Kaya-chan Isn't Scary, Volume 5. Jujutsu Kaisen, Volume 30. This is the final volume of the series. Infinite Decdrogram, Volume 22. I'm the Evil Lord of an Intergalactic Empire, Manga number 8. I'm running for Crown Princess, and all I want is a steady paycheck, light novel 3. I Have a Secret, the complete manga omnibus. This is a collection by Yoru Sumino. Heroine, Saint, No, I'm an All Works Made and Proud of It. Volume 6. Hell Mode, the hardcore gamer dominates in another world with garbage balancing, Volume 10. Hayat the Combat Butler, Volume 48. Gushing Over Magical Girls, Volume 10. Grimgar of Fantasy and Ash, Volume 21. The series is still going on. The Great Jahi Will Not Be Defeated, Volume 11. Gazing at the Star Next Door, Volume 6, or 8 rather. Exotic Animal Doctor, Volume 1. The Executioner Way of Life, Volume 10. The Dragon and the Blade Saint, This Isn't Where We End, Volume 1. Divine Incursion, Volume 2. Devil Candy, Volume 5. The Demon Swordmaster of Excalibur Academy, Volume 13. Deep 3, Volume 2. Dear Door, Volume 3. Cogs of Time, Volume 1. Chronicles of an Aristocrat Reborn in Another World, Volume Light Novel 2. Chitose is in the Ramune Varo, Volume 8. Cat Life Balance, Volume 1. Case File Compendium, Volume 8. Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill, Volume 5. The manga. The BS Situation of Togetsu Umidoru, the last volume, Volume 4. The Brilliant Healer's New Life in the Shadows, Volume 6. Bride of the Death God, Volume 3. Bride of Ignat, Volume 1. Bochi the Rock Side Story, Kikuri Hiroshi's Heavy Drinking Diary, Volume 3. Blue Archive, The Combat Comic Anthology Volume 1, Blade and Bastard Dragon High Volume 5, light novel, Betrothed to My Sister's Ex manga number 2, The Alchemist Fluffy Island Getaway Volume 1, Akira Failing in Love Volume 2, Akane Banashi Volume 16, the manga and the anime drop next week. And finally, last but not least, 100 Ghost Stories That Will Lead to My Own Death Volume 5. So these are the manga releases of the week. We've got some good ones, we've got some bad ones, we've got some sad ones, and we got a couple of weird ones. So what are you most excited about? Let me know. Email me personally at zan@spiraken.com or tweet me at Spiraken. For me personally, my top 5 for this week are going to be Cat Life Balance Volume 1. This looks cute and adorable, about a guy who's in love with a girl who only shows her face and really is happy whenever there's cats around, so he's now addicted to cats. Next, you have Cogs of Time Volume 1. This is a new manga series written by someone from the United States in Japan, and it's kind of a fascinating story. I Have a Secret, the manga anthology, is one of those collections that's created by a great author. Yuro Somino is one of my favorite authors. She wrote I Want to Eat Your Pancreas and I Had the Same Dream Again. So this should be a very poignant and beautiful and weird anthology. Jujutsu Kaisen's final volume, let's be honest, it's been a wild ride. We're going to find out what happens. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Well, you got to pick it up to see. And then last but not least, Promise to a Dragon. It's a pretty intriguing premise about someone who's promised as a baby to a dragon and then tries to run away from the dragon and ends up with the dragon in a very unique way. So this is one of those ones that I'm a little excited about. So those are the manga releases for the week. And as I said, if you're interested, you can email me personally at Zan, that's XAN at Spiraken.com. You can tweet me at Spiraken, let me know your thoughts. And I want to thank each and every one of you for checking out this podcast. Every email I get, every new comment, every new subscriber, it gives you more motivation to keep doing this. So thank you so much. You're all awesome, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, before I forget, if you are watching on YouTube, remember to like, share, subscribe, and as always, click on that bell for notification for any of these new episodes. We've got a lot of new ones, especially our releases for our manga review on Wednesdays. On Mondays, we have our Spiraken Book Club where we talk about various books. We're about halfway through the Project 45 by 45, where we're going through 45 books before I hit 45, and we're at 24, I believe, right now. So it's going pretty good. We got some really fun ones coming up. The next one I'm going to be doing is Snow Crash. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But I'm getting ahead of myself, getting lost. I just want to thank each and every one of you because you all are very awesome. And so, what am I forgetting? I'm forgetting something. Oh, that's right. The official schedule for the Animazement has come out, which is happening on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of May in Raleigh, North Carolina. And there were some changes to the panels. First off, they switched my panels around. So on Friday from 4 to 5:30 in 306B, instead of it being the Insane Manga Challenge, it is going to be manga recommendations for grown-ups. Then on Saturday, 12 a.m. to 1 is still going to be Ultraviolent series for Berserk fans. And then on Sunday at 12:30 to 2 and 305 AB, it's going to be the Insane Manga Challenge. And I'm going to be giving away some new things at the IMC. I've made some ribbons I'm going to be giving out at the convention. If you see me and you know me, I'll be walking around with on my lanyard, I'm going to be having a sign that says anime or manga. Manga's better than anime. Debate me. And if you do, you're going to get a ribbon. And also, if you are a subscriber, I have some stickers for you and a official Spiraken subscriber sticker. I might be giving them out to people. Also, I have some ribbons that say Spiraken supporter. I got something for the IMC. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I digress. So without further ado, let's get to the part that you've all been waiting for, the most popular part of this podcast. And what am I talking about? I am talking about that one, that only, the Wheel of Manga! Yes, friends, the Wheel of Manga, except no substitute. Now, what is the Wheel of Manga? The Wheel of Manga is a Wheel of Fortune with 10 slots on it. What I've done is I've assigned a manga tile to each of the 10 slots. And what we're going to do is we're going to spin the wheel. Whatever number it lands on, the manga that's in that spot is what I'm going to review in the next episode of the Spiraken Manga Review, episode 630. Also, fun fact, we're releasing 2 episodes next week because on the 15th, it is our 8-year anniversary. Can you believe it? 8 years since we started this podcast. So I definitely have to do something cool for it. So without further ado, let's spin so we're going to review the next episode, shall we? Number 3. So in the next episode, I'm going to be reviewing Akira Failing in Love, the story of a girl who's trying to fall in love and it goes horribly wrong. Is this going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Well, we're going to have to wait and find out. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed this episode. As usual, I am your host, Zan. I am Gonzville. I'll catch you guys next time and keep reading manga. I will see you later.